You have a good CPA in your corner?
No CPA.
Oh my gosh, what do you do?
Nothing. I did it myself last year.
Did you claim everything?
I claimed like 3 months and then I got tired and I just sent it in. My name is Hans Kim. I'm 34 years old. I'm based out of Austin, Texas, and this is my financial audit.
First of all, I thought you were a lot younger, but that's just because you look younger.
Yeah,
but I was gonna be really impressed if this is what you were doing in like your mid 20s.
No.
But you're in your mid 30s, so
yeah,
it's still
took
exciting.
a long road to get to pay
Yeah.
$14,000 for large purchases.
So what do you do here in Austin for a living?
Stand-up comedy. I travel outside of Austin to make money, and then I come back and spend it here. I'm like a reverse.
You don't make any money in Austin.
I make a little bit, but not real. Most of my money is from the small towns and cities that I'm pilfering.
Small towns and cities? You don't get the big. You don't get the big boys.
I get the big boys sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So,
I was in Springfield, Missouri.
You're mostly known for at least exposed from Kill Tony. Do you make anything from being on Kill Tony?
I plead the fifth.
This dude told me he wanted to talk income before coming on here, and the first question about income you don't want to tell me?
Well, that's not really
Okay.
to do with me. I'm really going to reveal anything about me.
Wait,
not
what?
about, the thing that made me.
So you're not allowed to
Who
tell
I
me
am
how much
today.
money you make from there?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it survivable? Okay. All right. Well, how
I'd
much
rather
money
not
do you
talk
make
about
on the road?
One weekend, probably like an average weekend is like 10,000.
Kill me. Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah.
10,000. That's your average weekend. And that's
Average
most
weekend.
weekends?
Yeah.
52 weeks of the year.
No, that's usually like maybe 3 weekends. I mean, I've been taking a break now, but I used to work. It really depends.
Okay.
But like last year, I was working pretty much every weekend, running myself ragged, making enough. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 20. So I think average 10.
You're taking a break now?
Yeah, I'm taking a couple. I'm going to Tampa on Friday, but I've been taking a couple weekends off. I've been going out with Tony.
Yeah.
On his tour, on his theater tour, and that was fun. And I don't like to travel too much on the weekends. It takes a lot out of me.
That's when the shows are, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming when people are going to go out to shows on the weekend.
Yeah,
When taking a break, how long are we taking off?
like 2 weekends max.
Oh, okay. So that's not really a break. You're taking a vacation, not a break.
Yeah.
Okay, because you make me immediately worry when we start to do well in your financial situation. You're starting to make some money, and then I hear you say, "I'm gonna take a break." It's like, no. Well, you're in a what can be a limiting career sometimes. Like YouTube, this is like a 3 to 5 year type thing. I don't know for comedy as well, but some people have their peak and then they're off.
Yeah.
It's like I would want you to just make that fucking money, man.
Yeah.
As much as you can get. So I mean, after the 2 weekends, you're gonna start hitting it again really hard.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So how many weeks do we think a year that we can average out that 10K a weekend?
I would guess I make like 300K, so 30 weekends,
Kill
maybe
me.
over half.
Dude, that's insane. How long have you been making 300K?
A year, maybe a year and a half.
Okay. How long have you been on the podcast?
3 years.
So
Pretty
it
much.
took a year and a half of grinding, and then you
Yeah.
started to bring in some money. What
Yeah.
went from the not making any money to all of a sudden making money? Where was that transition?
Probably
What
my
solidified
agent.
it? Oh,
My agent really helped me out. He did the dirty work of calling the clubs and getting me in there.
yeah.
If it wasn't for him, I would have to do it all myself. It would be a pain in the ass. Get the deals right, whatever. I give him 10%, and it's like,
Well, I assume you have a ton of connections being a regular,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's
What took you
just-
so long to get an agent? Year and a half. You gave up a year and a half of earning potential?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I just was lounging on my ass. I mean, I guess just having the agent came to me. The thing about it was that it was so easy. I didn't have to do anything.
Well, yeah.
He just called me. He's like, "You want me to do it?" I said, "Yes." He did everything else.
It's because it's easy for someone in your position to make decent money, and they want to make nut off of you.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. What's your overall goal? What are you trying to do? So, in general, your financial picture. We're gonna have a lot of cash to look at, and that's kind of where we are. Decent amount of spending, but a lot of cash. You bring in cash, but you're not doing anything with it. So, in your overall financial journey, your financial life, what are you trying to get to now that you're actually starting to make those monies?
I just want a house a nice house. I just want to be
In
like,
Austin?
yeah, or anywhere. Like Tim Dillon Rich or like Andrew Schultz or like, all these amazing comedians.
How rich are they?
I don't know. They must be super rich.
Yeah.
Just knowing how much I've been doing, just little baby sips from the fountain. So yeah, they must be balling. But yeah, just to have like a normal life, just like a house and, like, I don't know. I don't want that much. Maybe like, like a nice house, and that's pretty much it.
That's it. What about like set up for like cash flow in terms of if the comedy career falls off, being able to
Like
sustain
Shaq.
yourself till the end?
Like-
Sure. I mean, I think that's on a different level, but like actually being able to sustain yourself if the career peaks at some point and we start to taper. So that's like one thing that's really important to me in this career. It's like
Yeah.
I'm just like saving like every penny.
Right. Do you think I'm
that a concern
saving
of
it?
you? We'll go through.
Okay.
I think what you're doing with your money is stupid.
Yeah.
You're setting an okay amount aside, but the most you're getting on your money is like 2%, which makes no sense because you can get in treasuries right now for 5.5, and that's like
nice.
basic level.
Yeah.
Where I would want to see you like averaging 10% a year over the course of a decade in the
Whoa.
market.
That's crazy. This podcast is paying for itself for me right now.
Well, I'm confused. Wait, but you have connections in the industry, so a lot of people have gone through this. Has no one sat down with you and been like, "Here's how to navigate this,
No.
the financial part of this career"?
No, it's like sex
Not even
ed.
Tony, because he makes a ton of money. He hasn't sat down. You're his boy. He hasn't sat down and been like, "Yo, take care of your."
No, he's just concerned about joke writing and
Well, that's fair.
other stuff like that.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, I wonder if they're all too now. I'm
No,
like,
they're probably doing great. I'm just an idiot. It's just never happened, and I don't trust anyone.
what about your parents?
Who doesn't have a
Have they not
podcast?
helped with this? Who doesn't have a podcast? Yeah.
I don't really talk to them that much. Yeah, I should talk to them. My dad is like investment stuff. He does like houses in Korea. I have to like sign papers every now and then. They call me up from Korea and they talk in Korean, and I have to be like, okay. And he like bought an apartment for me in Korea or something. I don't know what's happening.
What are you? Why haven't you asked him any questions to just like try to be somewhat successfully financially?
I should call him. I actually just think it's awkward to call your parents. I think it's kind of gay to call your parents.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I should call my parents.
In Financial Audit, we truly want to help you improve at managing your money. And today's sponsor, Rocket Money, has the same goal in mind. Rocket Money is the all-in-one budgeting app that you need to save more and manage your money better. You can easily set up custom budgets in the app that automatically monitor your spending by category, keeping you on track toward your financial goals. Personally, Rocket Money has been a game changer for me. Using its intuitive features like analyzing spending habits and setting budgets have really helped me stay on top of my finances. A decade ago in college, my roommates and I spent $240 on meals and drinks for a month. We used to print out weekly charts and manually write down everything. Now, when organizing my personal budget, I can just open Rocket Money and it automatically categorizes my expenses. So far, I know that in my needs category, I'm only at about 50% and I have another 50% I can spend. Plus, it sends alerts when I'm nearing my spending limits. So take control of your finances today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Caleb and get started for free and unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Caleb to get started for free. Rocket Money, helping you achieve financial freedom. Let's deep dive into this. Deep dive. Actually, you're taking a sabbatical.
From Kill Tony?
Kill Tony, which is your like main, plug into the artery of American comedy.
Yeah.
Like 1 million people tune in a week, right? Something like that. At least on YouTube. Yeah. So, which is incredible. And you're just depriving yourself from that. I assume that's like the easiest way to get your ticket sales. Hans Kim from Kill Tony, come to my show, and you're taking a few months off. Why?
Just because I played the fifth. I get on that one. Can I?
Well, you got. I'll tell you that. Also,
yeah,
fun
maybe
fact,
that's why.
I was there.
Oh, nice. The arena.
Hans versus Rick. Embarrassing by KLLWS Squirrel. The crowd decided hands. The comedians and anyone paying attention saw that Rick won based on the minutes alone. Hans emotionality and sore winning was disgraceful, not funny, just acting like a total. Even when Rick was a good sport, I was already tired of Hans, but now it just looks like JKE, a huge piece of shit for the way he acted after that. What a loser after even winning. Drama.
Oh, wow.
And what do you think?
Confronting my haters.
Yeah. Do you ever go on every creator's favorite platform, Reddit, where everything's very positive and constructive?
Not anime.
Did you witness the drama? I assume you witnessed the drama.
Yeah, of course.
What'd you think? How'd that feel?
I thought it was unhinged, and it just made me grow stronger in my conviction that I am God's gift to earth.
Yeah. Do you think you honestly beat Rick? Like legitimately, like
joke
honestly.
on joke.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even listen to a set. I listened to it later. I know my jokes. I don't know how they did on that night, but I think I like those jokes, and they've done better in smaller clubs, not arenas. I think on that night I might not have had the better set, but I don't think his set was very good, so I'm not that worried.
The audience was obviously tilted towards you, though, because you're the boy.
Because I've been showing my face for 2.5 years, so that mere exposure effect.
So did it like seem fair from an objective perspective, as someone who very much likes you and loves the show? I thought Rick won.
Yeah, it's subjective, and I think that, like, a lot of people think he won. I think that he might have, but that's not because he's such a great comedian, but because I had a minute.
The feud's not actually real, though, is it?
It's very real.
No, come on. He was so nice to you.
What?
He was nice. He was like, "Oh, good job, man. Good job." That's
so
you.
what? That's all it takes to forget about all the betrayal.
Like, shut up.
So it's okay to be, like, I invited him into my house, and then he tries to take away my job. I was nice to him.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think he was doing the whole time?
Honestly, from an outside perspective, it felt more like a bit. It felt like it was like kind of fake.
It's a bit where he's pretending to be a little friend. And
he couldn't actually take your job, though. No one would fly him in every week. That would like bankrupt the show.
Well, he just is acting like he's wants to challenge me. And so, like, yeah, if someone challenges you, it's not a very nice thing to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he's doing it for himself. I don't respect that. Like, he's just doing it so that he raises his profile at the expense of me and my emotional stress and my career.
My parasocial relationship, I legitimately thought it was fake the whole time. But everything on the internet, like, feels fake. That's so interesting knowing that it was real. I think, like, prank culture ruined that, where you see anything online and you're like, oh, it's fake. It's fake.
But yeah, I think like his set wasn't that good. I'm not afraid of it. I'm afraid of certain people. Rick Diaz is not one of them.
Yeah.
Like Casey Rocket is very funny. Liz Splatt, very funny. Cam Patterson. I'm afraid of these people. Rick Diaz.
I want Cam on this show.
They don't even stand a chance next to those people. Like, and his minute wasn't that good. I know my minute sucked because I was like preparing in this weird way. But like his
what was your process? Why was it weird?
I guess I just picked a joke that I liked 2 months ago, and then I just worked it in clubs over and over again, and didn't realize that an arena would be a different situation where they're also listening. Because the joke that I did about squirting requires like a suspension of disbelief, and it's kind of it's not really logical. But I mean, that joke does well in clubs, and I like that joke. Lots of people like that joke. I just don't think it was a good joke to do in an arena because it's just didn't make sense.
You think the sabbatical is going to hurt your financial situation?
I don't think maybe yes in the short run, but in the long run, no.
Where do you think your career is going to go in terms of income? Like, what's your overall arc and plan?
Just to keep making money on the road, getting exposure from doing different shows.
Someone who doesn't like to travel on the weekend, though, how long do you think you'd do it until you're burnt out?
Well, I don't hate it. I like doing it to a lesser degree than I have been doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just like a lot. I don't want to do it too much, but yeah, it is fun, like as a comedian, to travel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you never carry balances that accrue interest because you pay it off, which is good. So you did talk to your dad a little, and he taught you some good things. So that's good. You paid off your previous balance of $2,886, But you purchased $4,991, which again, we're making $300,000 a year. So I mean, is that really that bad? It's all about percentages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking 20. First of all, taxes. How was that for 2023's year?
It was brutal. I paid like $20,000, I think, in taxes.
How was it only 20,000?
Oh, maybe more.
Unless you just wrote off, because a lot of stuff is travel and you're probably eating on the road, stuff like that. But even still, man, it's like, I don't know if it adds up. So what, $25,000 a month? I'd see you closer to like maybe 100,000. Yeah.
In taxes?
Well, you want to set 30% aside. Oh, you said 300,000, so maybe you got it down to about 75 or so potentially, depending working with your CPA. You have a good CPA in your corner?
No CPA.
Oh my gosh, what do you do?
Nothing. I did it myself last year.
Doesn't make any sense. Did you claim everything?
I claimed like 3 months and then I got tired and I just sent it in.
You're not going to be able to tour on the road. You're going to jail.
Is it that serious?
IRS is not the people we with.
Oh, God.
But I'll get you connected with someone like legitimately after this.
That'd be amazing.
I'll help. I got you.
Some guy wanted like $5,000. Is that a fair price?
Well, potentially, because he probably could save you tens of thousands.
Okay.
Instead of you just going through like TurboTax or something. Is that what you did?
That's what was my plan for this year.
What do you mean for this year? I mean for claiming your 2023 taxes?
Yeah.
You haven't even claimed your 2023 taxes.
No, we got till April, right?
What's the filing deadline? Because I always just do my
So as soon as the year ends, you do your taxes?
Well, first of all, you're self-employed. You've been self-employed for 3 years. So you have to pay penalties if you do not file them quarterly.
Oh,
I assume none of the taxes you've done have ever been correct. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I need the CPA.
April 15th. Okay. Yeah. Monday, April 15th. So someone in your situation, if you're sitting down with the CPA, it's going to take you weeks to gather all. Have you saved literally a single receipt from this last year?
Like I didn't know. I just thought the credit card thing would be fine.
Okay. So people in very wealthy positions, which you're headed towards, can face some serious consequences. They are the ones who face the serious consequences if the IRS comes and knocking a few years later and your taxes for a few years and it looked like you were essentially hiding taxes and just not paying them in general. And people have gone to jail for it. I'm not saying that's something that's going to happen. That's usually a wealthier position than you anyway. But for the direction you're heading, I want that to be on your radar as like a legitimate fear.
Okay.
And something to get ahead of. You're only a year and a half into making money, man. But this is something I need you to take care of now. So let me give you a contact of a CPA who I work with personally.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It might just be a little too late. That's what I fear, is that like it's going to require so much work that he might not take on someone in your position. We can try. But so we're going Uber, the Roxy, Amazon, Uber Eats, Amazon, DoorDash, Amazon, DoorDash. Do you think, is most of this when you're on the go, or is this when you're home?
Amazon and DoorDash is when I'm home. Uber is usually when I'm on the road, but I had my car in the shop for a while, so I was Ubering everywhere.
Patreon. Who are you subscribed to on Patreon?
The Chapo Trap House and Nick Mullen and Adam Friedland Show.
Stopping at 7-Eleven and getting some bullshit taquitos. DoorDash, Amazon, DoorDash, tacos, Amazon, DoorDash, Mayako, Amazon, DoorDash. Dude, you're lazy with your food delivery. Amazon, DoorDash, Amazon, Parcel, DoorDash, Papa John's. I get Poke House too. It's pretty good.
It's the best Poke in Austin.
DoorDash, Sidebar, Uber, DoorDash, Uber. It's crazy. Halal, Uber Trip, DoorDash, Uber Trip, Amazon, DoorDash, Amazon, Paramount Plus. What the f*** you pay? There's nothing on there. What are you watching? Halo?
For it?
Are you watching the new Halo? Because that sucks. Yeah, you pay
the Daily
for it.
Show. I pay for Paramount Plus.
Daily Show, but it's pretty much all uploaded to YouTube.
I just paid for it again.
Yeah.
I like watching the whole show though.
Casino, Amazon, some computer, Asus computer.
Oh yeah, I bought a $1,000 monitor and then it broke, and I had to pay $700 to fix it. That's probably not financially good.
Did you buy it on a credit card?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on like this.
Yeah.
Did you? How long in between purchasing and it breaking?
Like 5 months.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I was like, man, might be able to dispute something, but 5 months. Nah. Amazon, Uber. It wasn't even like a. Who'd you buy it through?
I think I bought it from Amazon or Asus directly.
I don't know about Asus, but Amazon. Did you talk to support, man?
Yeah.
Okay. Usually they're pretty lenient, but it depends on the product. DoorDash, Uber, Trip, Amazon, DoorDash, Amazon, Shakespeare's Pub, Amazon. It's a crazy amount of spending. But does it really matter? Potentially not. Because if you're making a lot of money, if you don't have any bad debt, and congratulations, you don't have any bad debt, it's okay to spend money if it's within certain percentages. But you don't own a single stock, do you?
No, zero.
That terrifies me because you're losing compound growth in the market, man.
Yeah.
So you're already like 20 is like the perfect time to start investing with, even if it's just pennies. You being 34, you've lost a decade and the best decade and a half of your life at compound growth. Meaning you're going to have to work overtime, essentially, in terms of throwing money in the market to get to the point where you want it to be for you to withdraw 3 or 4% a year in order to sustain yourself.
Yeah.
In a long form.
Like Social Security.
Yeah, which probably won't exist by the time we retire. But
so do you think, like, because I'm Asian, I'll live longer? So it's like 34 is the new 24 for me?
It could. So you could start throwing extra. Maybe you have a little less catch-up to play, yeah.
Catch-up?
Yeah, catch-up in the market.
Oh, catch-up. Okay.
Time. Then we purchased $5,925 on this credit card.
That's my business card. How nervous do people get when you're looking over their
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm nervous.
You're nervous for me, or?
No, I'm nervous because I watch Kill Tony. So we're both nervous. It's okay.
You don't have to kiss me.
I don't get to? Uber, Hotspot, Uber, Facebook, DoorDash, Crows, Uber Trip. Man, this is food. Smashburger, United. But again, I bet a lot of this stuff, except for the transportation around the different areas. Do you have an LLC form just for the sake of? Okay, good. Because that at least makes organization easy. Are these? Okay.
That's my business card.
Yep.
So everything business related, I use that. So at the end of the year, I can just be like, hey, this is all this stuff.
Okay.
But sometimes I forget.
And this is eating out in Uber Trip and eating out in Uber Trip and hotels. And it makes sense, though, because, someone in your position, you can do it. Now, what is this? Mercedes-Benz.
That's the repairs on my truck that cost a lot of money.
$1,400, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They called it in again for $2,000 more.
What is it? What's your car?
Sprinter van. I drove it here today.
Like a year and
2014, and Freightliner.
How many miles?
250,000.
Kill me. But you'll be able to buy a car in cash pretty soon.
Yeah.
That's probably what you're gonna have to do.
Okay.
I wouldn't lifestyle inflate yourself yet. You're not a millionaire status.
Not yet.
I saw a lot of speculation online that you're a multimillionaire, which was interesting. So I wouldn't want you to go like too crazy and buy something fancy, but we could get you a halfway decent car in cash, which you'll have to do pretty soon.
Like a Mazda, or you think I could get a Lexus?
Yeah, well, really, if I could just keep you in like the $30,000 to $40,000 range, I'd feel comfortable. More price range versus the car itself. That you'd just write a check, man. Because right now you're going debt free, and I'd like to keep you debt free unless you can manage it. And well, actually, you can because you pay off your credit cards every month.
Yeah,
and that's actually
automatic.
Good. Yeah, and that's great. That's great.
So what do you think about like the people that are like, hey, get a loan so that you can pay it off? Like at the dealership, they're trying to get me to get a loan. Do you think that's a scam, or
what kind of like interest rate were they offering you?
I don't know. It's like $300 more. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, okay. Well, you can finesse it, right? And you demonstrate that you're a credit card person. You know how to utilize credit. There is the potential that you could finesse it if you were able to get an interest rate that was like 3% or less, which is what I like to go for cars in terms of finessing. So if you get an interest rate at 3% or less, the money that you put down, instead of paying the whole thing in cash, you can throw the rest in the market, and it will beat that 3% plus depreciation of the car most likely. Which is good finessing, but you don't know anything about money. So I probably wouldn't want you to do that anyway. Just buy the car in cash.
Yeah.
Like dealer.
But
like,
with
just
my
buy
new
it.
CPA in my corner.
Yeah, he's for taxes.
Oh, okay.
Not investing.
So I gotta get a different guy for that.
You got to get a different guy for that. Okay, so Wells Fargo Prime checking. This is what's wild to me. This money's losing to inflation. $127,895 is sitting there. And Platinum Savings, which what are you getting, like 2% or something? $118,000, and then certificate of deposit. Yeah, so you got a CD $62,000. Why'd you choose that?
I don't know. It seems like the safer option, and is at the bank, and they told me to get it.
They told you to get it?
Yeah. They're strong-armed me, I think.
Who told you to get it? Like the teller?
Yeah. One of the tellers. Made me $2,000 in like 6 months.
Yeah, it would be making... Buddy, if you... $2,000. How much... No, past performance is not indicative of future results, but... When'd you put it in?
6 months ago. I have no idea. You want me to check?
No, 6 months is great. I can do 6 months. S&P 500 in 6 months is up 64 points. I'm so nervous. It is my instinctual thing. We can leave this in too. It is my instinctual thing in a situation where like I know you're good with just like knocking back and forth to make some what I find to be funny, and I think you would be too, racist joke, but I can't because I'll get canceled by these.
By who?
Everyone.
Is that happening?
There's sensitive people out there.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's good content is the death of haters.
Yeah. No, that's...
So if you have a great
right
Asian
on.
joke, just chink it up.
I don't have a great one prepared,
Okay.
but in the moment.
Wow, your control panel on your iPhone has a lot of stuff on it. Is that like...
Does it?
You got something on every little space. It's really efficient.
What am I doing? I got distracted. So your CD you put in 6 months ago, 60. How much did you put in? You made 4,000. You said. So you made 2,300. Okay.
I put it in February 22, so it's been almost a year. Oh, it has been a year.
Oh, a year. All right, let's do 1 year, which is up 27.28%. Okay. 1.28. It would be worth $76,800 if it was in the S&P 500 instead at that exact time.
Nice. So $16,000, almost $17,000.
Yeah.
Free money.
So this is just showing that you're in such a conservative investment like that. Sure, over the short term, yes, the S&P 500 could have lost money, and I'm not advising to buy any specific stock. But historically, S&P 500, take all the down years, up years, combine them, it evens out to 10% a year. And comparing that to where you're getting 2% a year on this, what's bigger, 10 or 2? You like to go with the bigger one.
Yeah. What about the apocalypse? Like if the stocks all fall apart?
Yeah. You know what happens in that situation? Money won't fucking matter. None of this matters. You won't be doing stand-up.
Okay.
People are killing each other. So it doesn't matter. Invest while there's no apocalypse happening. Buy a gun. Invest in a gun when the apocalypse happens.
Oh, I bought a gun also. So like if you're playing the money game, you might as well play like it's not going to fall apart in 5 days.
I don't know. I bet in the American economy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's good. What do you think about the Chinese economy?
Well, their population pyramid is terrible. They're having terrible growth rate, and no one is immigrating into China because no one wants to live under that kind of rule. Right. So their whole social safety net's going to be f***ed, and their economy is already starting to grow slower. So they're going to have good years ahead of them, but long term, no. Where we get a decent amount of immigration to help with our low growth rate of population of people banging.
Yeah. So what do you think about?
I think America's still on top, baby. USA.
Okay. Is there like that's cool. Are there any other economies that you would like invest in, like France? Look at France. Like
France?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in France.
I'm just random
India.
countries. Yeah, India. You think India's better?
They like to throw kids in a room and make clothes. I feel like that's good for the economy. Okay, and then so here's your CD, $62,333. Yeah, it's at 2.48%. What are we doing? Like, that's not even, you could throw in a treasury for 5.5. You can throw in, like, I put my money, my tax money, I put it in SoFi high yield savings, which is 4.5 right now. That's just a high yield savings account, and it's making almost double what you're locked in at.
Huh.
Like, your bank teller making $10 an hour that doesn't know anything about money gave you really bad advice. You essentially asked the cashier at McDonald's what you should do with your money.
Well, how do I get it out?
Let me see if there's any information on this. Term 6 months, maturity date 7/22/24. In order to reap the rewards, but it might be worth just, if you get 1% total by taking it out. I'm not 100% sure, but if you get like 1% by taking it out, just throw this in the market, man. Of course, there's always the chance that you take this out, you throw it in the market crashes 30%. Yeah. But you don't look at a year. We're not looking at a year. All right, when do you want to retire?
59.
So a year doesn't matter. Yeah. A year doesn't matter. You're going for the 59 and a half so you can withdraw penalty free. Wonderful. So I want you to start taking advantage of compound growth in the overall marketplace. Not going to tell you what to invest in. I will say what my portfolio is balanced as for legal reasons. This is a legal thing. There's certifications required in order to give investing advice.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's very exciting. I'm like 80% S&P 500, which follows the overall stock market. Then I'm about 15% in the Qs, in the NASDAQ, which is more tech heavy. So there's a little more risk. There's a little bit more movement there. Better gains, bigger losses. Then about 5% in individual stocks. And those are just companies that I believe in that have good numbers behind them. That's what I do. But I mostly just invest in the overall United States economy, the top companies.
Nice.
And that's what averages about 10% a year from all down years and up years combined. So
okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. What you just said. For
someone in your situation that's not fully educated on like the different investment vehicles that you could go into, I would rather you sit down with a certified investment advisor, though, certified financial planner, who can like take a look at your money, calculate your goals. And as long as they're not someone who's like trying to get commission selling different packages, and they make money if you make money, that's what I would want someone in your situation to do. Okay.
So I would probably not do that then. Probably not like just do it on my own. Is it like Robinhood, or do you go through like a certain Ameritrade or something?
So I do Fidelity for like my index funds and stuff. And then instead of Robinhood, because they just have better rates when you keep your cash in there, I use an app called Moomoo for my individual stock picks. But I use Fidelity for like my Roth. You've never like maxed out a Roth IRA or anything, have you?
No.
Or like backdoored or IRA? So because I want you to take advantage of tax advantage accounts as well. If you're your own business owner, I'd want you to have like a self-employed 401k or a SEP IRA. I'd want you to take advantage of those, which can save you some tax monies over the year. That's why, since you haven't taken any, in terms of actually paying taxes, the number you said makes sense for if it was for 2022's year. I thought you meant for 2023's year, but you meant what you paid in 2023 for 2022. But what you're paying in 2024 for 2023, it's going to be closer to that $75,000 to $100,000 if your numbers are correct, and if you're not doing anything to actually take advantage of any tax advantage accounts. And that's what like a solo 401k can do. It can save you a good amount of money, and then contributing up to the limit of, where are we? Is it 6,500 or 7,000 now of an IRA, and then you can backdoor as well, which gets you into it's a different conversation. We'll go there. Essentially, I just want you to be able to take advantage of tax advantage accounts, and that's where sitting down with like a certified financial planner is going to help you.
Okay. So
I also have a couple I can recommend for that. I personally do my own stuff on my own, and then I like meet with them every like couple years just to be like, okay, am I doing something right here? But that's because I'm very invested in this. I like to learn as much as possible. Where you're just like, let's tell a joke in front of a bunch of dumb people, so like or drunk people. So like you don't think about stocks and you don't need to.
Yeah.
So have someone else that does it for you and tries to keep you up to date and informed and educated on what you're doing.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. People have requested that I do a live Q&A for a while now, and I'm excited to announce that I finally am. On Wednesday, March 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. West Coast, we have an exclusive live Q&A for anyone taking or has already taken our budgeting program. It has changed thousands of people's lives, and we're constantly receiving testimonials from those saving money and fixing their financial future, showing that we made the best budgeting program in the history of the internet at the best price. Sign up using the link in the description below and join me for the Q&A where I answer your questions live. Business checking, 44,000. Are these additional savings, like extra, versus the ones we just looked at through Wells Fargo?
No.
So this is all the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
So someone that makes $300,000 a year, not thrilled. Cash on hand, essentially, including the CD. The Wells Fargo Platinum Savings is 1% a year. Kill me. It's 4.5 so far. A city's like 4. You're just losing money to inflation. Inflation is close to like 4% now. So like you're losing on that savings 3%. Your money's going down 3% in value. Plus you have to pay taxes on that gain anyway. So like 3.5%. You're losing.
Damn.
Like you're literally losing 3.5%.
Just sitting in there rotting away.
Yeah. But you have essentially cash on hand for considering the CD, $353,660, 30 cents. It's okay. But you invest that in the market. Let's say something happens now. You get kicked off the show forever and no one ever wants to tour with you again for whatever reason. So let's say you throw that all in the market. You have no cash on hand. It's all in the market. And you want to live on that until you retire. You'd only be able to live on $10,609 a year.
Till I'm 77 or?
Until you die.
Okay.
77, is that your death year?
Yeah, that's the American average.
Oh, okay. So the Asian average, though. You said you're living longer.
Yeah. Oh,
$884 a month. Sick. Like, that's great, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to live off the rest of the year? So that's why I want this money to start growing. That's my big fear. The money doesn't grow. You just keep throwing it in there. It loses to inflation. It doesn't grow other than 1% a year. It makes it more difficult. You need to take advantage of compounding growth. So let's get a compounding calculator. Yeah, I already took advantage. I already took a look at this account, so we're good. Okay. So this is math. So I assume this is what you care about, right?
yeah. Math time.
Okay, so of this, let's say you keep $50,000 cash on hand. Let's throw $300,000 in the market. Let's start with that. You're 35? You really think you're going to be doing stand-up until 59 and a half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably longer.
Okay. Cool. Is there like an average lifespan, not lifespan, success span of a comedian? Is there like a bell curve on a comedian's?
I don't think so. I think comedy ages like fine wine.
Okay.
That's what I'm kind of relying on.
But your fan base can die out and move on though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess if you get super old, I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, that would suck if you had old fans.
And Seinfeld's still touring, and his people are all old, right? So
yeah, I think that's the good thing about comedy. It's not like sports where your body decays.
No, for sure. But people's interests do move on, especially in TikTok world.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're on a very popular show right now, and it's not like that. It's not that same kind of industry, but attention spans. We do move on to the next thing quicker and quicker these days.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doom and gloom. I'm just thinking investing in how long are we going?
Yeah.
So $300,000 a year, let's call it. That's what you're making. You're setting 30% aside for taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So $210,000 a year is take home. Okay. Let's say you invest 20% of it. So you'll live a lavish life, 50% going to needs, 30% going to wants. So you can just, do whatever the you want. So we're going to invest 20% of it, which is $42,000 a year. This is your income never growing, by the way, which is basically impossible. But on your trajectory, we're going to do 8% for an annual return, just doing the overall stock market since the history of its creation. Okay, so 25 years until you start pulling money out. 24 years. So you put your $300,000 in now, keep 50% or $50,000 cash on hand, and invest $42,000 a year at a return of 8% on average over the course of 24 years will end you up with $38 million.
Wow.
By the time you retire.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. That's pretty sick. In order to do that, you got to actually start putting money in the market. So I think that's your next step, is sitting down with a CFP. So, that's my take on your overall situation, because your finances aren't bad. You're just not doing the thing that needs to happen for someone in your position. And you're in the grow wealth stage of money, which is an exciting part. You just don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Food is 6.3% of your spending, or $1,601. This is going out to eat. Transportation, mostly because Uber, is 17.4% and travel, which is 4,400 24,000 hours a year. Housing with your rent situation is 4.3% or $1,092 a month. Sorry, these are a month. I think I said a year. Unknown shopping. This is hard, man. It's hard to It's like it's Amazon. It's whatever. We don't know what it is. This is unknown shopping. $13,717 in the most recent month, or 54% of your spending. Subscriptions. You must have had something, but it essentially comes down to 0%. Other large purchases, 18% or $4,583. Other large purchases, looks like we got some Amazon, United Airlines. So I guess that wasn't in transportation. Your computer thing and DGI services. But again, total income that came in the most recent month was $63,822. And all that was spent was $25,000. So, I mean, that's pretty good. If that's wants, but of the $63,000, right? You should be setting 3% aside, leaving you with net $43,400. So you spent about 50%, which is fine, which means you get to invest the other 50%, or you could even live a little more if you wanted to.
Okay, so 50,000 is a good amount for me.
What 50,000? What?
To set us for cash on hand, or what is the 50?
What you need to survive is very minimal.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I would have 50. First of all, again, every month, check hits, take 30% of it, set it aside. That's taxes. It doesn't exist. But the cash on hand, I'd probably put $20,000 in savings as an emergency fund. As a business owner, that would take you about a year because your actual living expenses are very minimal. So $20,000 is what I put aside. For your business, I'd probably have about $50,000 in your business checking account. Again, that just gives you that extra comfort. If things just touring slows down, whatever, a pandemic happens and you just can't do shows for a bit. And then your personal checking account would probably keep about $10,000 in there. So across everything, not including taxes, what is that?
100,000.
Yeah, 90 to 100, you know. So maybe we're investing 250,000 right now, keeping 100 distributed in those different ways.
Yeah.
I think that gives you a good base level of comfort. And then we're still taking advantage of compound growth.
I was thinking of moving apartments and getting a better place. How much?
What's your rent right now?
$1,050.
Okay, and what do you want?
Like 2,000.
Yeah.
3,000.
Sure.
4,000.
Well, you want me to tell you your max?
Yeah.
Your max would be stupid. Let's do your average, $300,000 a year. You get to keep 70% of it for the course of 12 months. So let's call it $17,000. So you had a really good month.
Yeah, this one I've been out every weekend in January.
Okay. Absolute max that I would never want you to go over is $5,250.
Okay. That's a lot. I would never go over that anyways. I was thinking like 2,000, 3,000 max. I can't
Do
just
it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
3,000. Go for it. Totally fine. That's like I'd be uncomfortable once you hit that number. I'd be uncomfortable you approaching that number, but that's your hard limit. Hard.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so good to have.
How has no one talked to you? I'm so confused. How have you not sat down with your comedian friends and just seen what they were doing with money?
Because they always make a joke about everything. They're always like making
no one can
fun
have
of
a
me.
serious conversation?
I guess they can, but they don't like to. Like, this is what they got into comedy to avoid, is so they didn't have to bust out a calculator.
Calculate. This took us 45 minutes. It wasn't that crazy.
But it's the
we just figured out
lifetime
your
of
life.
brain knowledge that you have, that you can use it. Like, I'm just like saying words and cash on hand, and like, is that doing something for you? Like, I have no idea what any of this is. Like a spell. And I'm Asian. I'm not even the worst.
My producer, who I make him work constantly to deliver shareholder value, wants you to roast me for his own pleasure. So if you want to give me a roast session, this is it.
This is pleasing the investors.
Yeah.
Caleb, you are fat. You are exploiting poor people like Dr. Phil. And they don't even get to throw chairs here. You guys have like a chair throwing guy? You guys should be watching out for that. You guys should have security here. This could turn into Dr. Phil real quick. Caleb, you have like a way of talking to people that's not very human, which is great. Because sometimes we need a calculator just to spit us numbers and stuff. You have a unblinking stare.
Okay.
You're just taking in information and just compounding it and analyzing it all the time. It's great. I wish I was better at this.
Me too.
I just think you're a cool guy, man. I think that you guys have fun. I saw you like in a car on one of your Instagram stories.
Oh, the Cybertruck.
You guys were in the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
You seem to have a fun life. You seem to like be able to be like a hard nosed, like, like Mr. Nanny when it comes to finance. But then when it comes to having fun, you're like, okay, yeah.
This isn't a roast. You're being nice.
Well, you don't want to be called Mr. Nanny.
Oh, you can call. Yeah, sure.
You're a little mean and strict when it comes to finance because you're like, you love like getting to that point where you're like, we got to get down to business and got to fucking do this and But then like when it comes to fun, you're like, okay, well, I'm the weird, boring guy, so you guys have fun. But I don't know much about you, man. I think you're a great guy, and I think like you are probably like a lot of fun in fun social situations, and I can't wait to get to know you, and hopefully we can go out and we could fly my drone together if you want.
Yeah, another legendary roast by comedian Hans Kim.
I'm not really a roast guy. I'm more like like hey, guy.
Yeah, you are the guy. You just broke up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is dating seems to be expensive. If we loop it back to money, it's a money show. Money show. How much are you spending on each individual girl to try to take them back home? I know that's your thing.
Not a lot. Maybe like $40, $80 max a night.
Is that what it costs for you to get your fill?
Yeah.
$80 max. That's not that bad.
Yeah, it's like 5 drinks. No, I'm getting drunk too. I'm taking 3 drinks. She's taking 2. Well, I guess for me, because I'm drinking the drink, I'm taking advantage, so I don't count that as a cost.
You like to be taken advantage of?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want them to take me, do with me. I want to be my body is for the people, just for the women.
I did some investigation. I mean, the people that you're with are objectively attractive.
I mean, what do you mean? Like the people that I kissed on the show, the strippers that never talked to me?
There was like someone you were with at like Barton Springs or something. They were like, Hans is with his girl. And
that's Morgan. That's my girlfriend's friend.
Oh, well, that's not good. I was going to say, you're like a solid 3, right? But she was like a 8.
Okay, well, I've been mewing. I've been breathing through my nose more, so I'm trying to up that number. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be the physical guy. I'm not like a hot guy. I'm more like a guy that's, just like...
I saw a video on the platform that loves you the most, Reddit, where on 6th Street, after like a show or something, there was like this girl, and you kept trying to grab her hand and hold her hand, and she just rejected you the whole time. She was just flaunting around.
Yeah, that's pretty much my relationship with her. Is like she's out having fun, and I'm just trying to grab her hand and trying to touch her.
Yeah, so you can take her back home. Right, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Drag her back. But yeah, no, she's wild. She's crazy. I love that about her, is that she's living her life.
Oh, okay. I was going to say she broke up with you. So I was like, I'm glad you still enjoy her. That's nice.
I love the idea of her. I love who she is. She's great. I mean, we built all this skyscrapers and iPhones for the approval of females. And if the females aren't enjoying it, then who is this all for? And we just destroyed the rainforest so we could all be miserable. So I like to see like people taking advantage of like their power in life. Women have a lot of power. And it's good to see them using it.
You're taking advantage of your power dynamic is what people would say.
Yeah. I'm taking advantage of mine. Well, that's why I respect party people so much, is because I see like, oh, they're taking advantage of it, of whatever they have to like try to gain as much endorphins as possible. It's like that's what everyone's doing late at night. They're just trying to get more happiness than...
You a big party guy? You out there raging?
No, I get tired really easily.
Dude, me too. I was playing games with my friends before they flew back to England last night. It was 10:30 and I was like dying. I was dying. But like comedians, you have to stay up late. Shows are late. Yeah. And you probably sleep in late.
Yeah, my thing is later. So like, yeah, it's just shifted, but I get tired. I got to go home. I can't always stay up, and it's hard to make conversation with people. It takes a lot of energy. That's what our brains are designed for, is to like take in cues and taste signals and say something, and then they say something back. So it's like,
So we're both miserable right now.
yeah.
Good. Well, I think we're going to audit your dating profile from our dating professional here in this show. So I'm going to
I have to download Tinder.
Yeah, get on that Tinder. Tinder. We're still on Tinder. You haven't evolved beyond Tinder.
No, I hate dating apps. Like you said, I'm a 3. I'm not out here trying to put my face in. Like, that's not my strong suit. I got to go where I belong.
No, it's not. You got the body. You're a butterface.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I wish I was meaner to you. Sure, something mean I could say.
I know. You pulled out the fat card. Fat's classic. But, like, I mean, dig in on it a little bit. Pull out some Rolls jokes or something. Yeah. I don't know.
You're telling me to invest in the Standard & Poor. You're investing in your caloric intake. Just saving it up, compounding interest.
No Ozempic joke. No insulin. All right. It's all right.
That's what David Lucas would be great at.
I'm severely disappointed.
I'm more of like a kind of a wry, sort of like a weird, like nerdy guy.
Taking advantage of poor people, is that what? That's what Noah wrote down. Yeah. Wrote. All right. Really is Reddit. Okay, so I'm gonna let Noah come in. You want to give us a screen recording so you can save that?
Yeah. I don't do well on dating apps. It's just like, it's so crazy. Like, I do way better in person, but I guess I just don't like the rejection.
Y'all, this is the time to switch to my favorite high yield savings account. With SoFi, you can get 4.6% on your money. I hate when my money is just losing value, so make sure you're keeping up with inflation at the very least. You can also get FDIC insurance on that money up to $2 million with them. Plus, they'll give you money up to $300 when you set up an account with them. There's even extra perks like being able to get paid a couple days early. SoFi is what I use when I'm setting money aside, and it is the banking app of the future. Sign up, link in the description below. I always want my money to be making more money, so don't lose money on yours.
So do you have any interest in improving your online dating profile at all whatsoever?
Yeah, it'd be great to get easily.
Got it. I mean, it's not easy. I think that, like, if you have, like, okay, you're rich and famous, it should be easy for you to go and you're a comedian. Like,
well, Caleb doesn't think so.
Why not?
He thinks I'm poor.
Well, you could be richer, and I agree with Caleb. Like, it's really funny to see that, like, you have all this money in a checking account. It's like, bro, go put it in anywhere. Like, I don't know. Cool. I don't know. So basically, you've got this picture of you zoomed in as much as possible. What was the thought process behind this one? You were just like, I want to show them who I am.
I don't want like a photo with me holding a mic, which is most of my photos.
Why not?
Because it just makes me look like a comedian.
Yeah, and you are a comedian.
I know. I don't want them to comedian. I want to get it like totally on the off grid.
Got it. Now, does this photo support that as well? What was the thought process behind this one?
Well, it looks more horizontal when you're picking the photo.
Yeah.
So it shows me like, hey, I'm social. I can talk to people.
Well, what I'm seeing here is this man's back is what I'm seeing.
A lot of it is his back. And that shows that I'm not insecure. Like, I'm okay with another man's back in my dating profile.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Now, this one, this shows to me that you've never been inside of a gym in your entire life. Is that
I do look a little doughy, but it's like old man strength.
Okay.
I'm going for, just showing off my body, I guess.
I mean,
my ribs are more defined than my muscles, so I don't know how that works.
Do you have a tattoo? Is that a tattoo?
Yeah, Kill Tony tattoo.
Oh, sick.
Upper right chest.
Did he do that? Did he make you do that?
Yeah, Caleb brands all of us.
Caleb said like you're his little boy. He kept calling you like Tony's little man or something. I don't know.
Little man. Yeah, like his little doll.
Does he like own you?
Well, I hope so. I would love to be owned by him. It's really lucrative. But yeah, I don't think I'm worthy of the title of Tony's slave.
Got it. No, that's kind of how I feel about my relationship with Caleb. Caleb kind of owns me, and I kind of love it because it's like, it's kind of nice. Oh, cool. And then you liar. You are doing stand-up.
One.
Yeah.
One that's okay.
Sure. Okay. But it's also from like 10 years ago.
No, it's not. That was recently.
This was recently?
Yeah,
when was
this? Young. This was like literally like this year, January or December.
That was this year?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I suck. Interesting. Okay, cool.
You don't think I look like that right now?
Not at all. Maybe it's just the hair. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You're wearing a different shirt too.
You guys don't have a makeup person here.
That's true.
I can take 10 years off me.
Sick. You're wearing makeup in this one? This open mic?
Just a photo.
Cool. If you really want my input, this is a very
Well, can you go look through my things and
yeah.
pick a photo? I mean, we probably
sure.
can't screen record all the photos in
but
there.
can I? Yeah, we'll blur
please.
that. We'll blur that.
Please,
Brandon,
please.
everybody in post, do that. Let's go full access, and we're gonna pick a photo. Also, by the way, this is all very subjective, and so the I pick. Also, if I do this in 2 seconds, like it's not
It
gonna be
can't
great.
be worse than what I did.
Fair. Oh, this is funny. There's you after a dental surgery. I feel like I'm really on this. Do you? I mean, like, dude, your Instagram, I feel like is like popping off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Hans Kim. This is okay. Here's the thing. You're rich. You're famous, right? And you're good, right? Are you cool with like capitalizing on those strengths in your profile?
Or you're gonna try to make me a dude?
What are you talking about?
You're
What?
like, you're rich, you're famous, go a dude now. It's way better.
I don't. Dude.
Just my mind. He told me everything I'm doing is wrong. Now I'm feeling like you're doing the same thing, and you're gonna try to make me a dude.
I really, if you want to a dude, I will. I guess I can try to help, but like, that
Well,
was
as a
not.
dating coach. Isn't that like such a great solution to a lot of guys' problems?
I mean, honestly, I'm not a dating coach because what the is a dating coach? That's ridiculous. What I would like to do is make it eventually when I have some free time in this studio, I would like to make a common sense online dating advice show, right? That's, I think, very different than a dating coach because a dating coach to me is someone who sells you a course and is a scumbag. So I don't want to do that.
You want to be like the Jordan Peterson of dating. You want to tell them to make their bed and brush their teeth.
I mean, honestly, like, yeah, for most guys, the advice boils down to like, hey, become a better person and like be cooler and be better and like get richer and get fit, and you will like it will become way easier. If we're gonna pick a picture of you, let's go to headshots. Okay, literally any one of these pictures would be like, you could literally do any of these,
But
and
then
they'd
they're
be
like,
perfect.
oh, this is just like a fake guy. He's not like a real person.
Dude,
All these
this
photos
picture right here is
are
a banger.
professional. Which one?
You're not gonna like this because it is gonna be. If we went with that, you're smiling. It says that you do stand up, right? That to me is like a solid first picture, right?
Thank you.
If you are rich, famous stand up comedian, do you have a photo with somebody who is famous? You were on fucking Rogan, dude. Like.
Oh yeah, we should put that in the Tinder.
Yeah, you
I
and
like
Joe
where your head's
Rogan.
at.
If you're trying to like, show your current girlfriend or current ex-girlfriend that you kind of live with or whatever, if you're trying to like dunk on her, then put you and Rogan in this. We can get you really going out in this city. Do you have a picture of you and Rogan?
Probably on Instagram.
Sick. Also, your Instagram's great. You could just take stuff from your Instagram and put it up there. Do you have any hobbies outside of comedy?
I like drone flying.
Yeah, that's kind of really nerdy.
Look, this screenshot.
Sick. Okay, well that's not gonna work. You didn't like pose for one?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
perfect.
Okay.
Okay, dude, oh my god, you're with
That has
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle in it too.
Bro, how are you? What are you? This
You
is
want me
insane.
to just use famous people to get laid?
I guess okay. I mean, look, I agree with you that there is a little moral dilemma there. It's a quandary. Okay, you don't want to be with people for the wrong reasons. That said, if you're trying to get laid, absolutely. Is that fair? Like,
Yeah.
Are
If
you
that's
trying
your
to-
goal?
are you trying to meet a soulmate, or are you trying to like
I would like to meet a soulmate that I can, have a casual relationship with.
got it, and then eventually turn into a child or something? You're not
Yeah.
kidding?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sick. Well, I mean, this way you could have many casual relationships.
Yeah, increase my odds.
There you go. Okay, so we've got you doing comedy. We've got you with Joe Rogan. I'm gonna delete this cringe machine or is it cool if I delete some of these?
Yes,
Sick.
please.
Okay, we're gonna delete cringe machine picture that says I've never been in a gym in my life. I'm also gonna delete man's back from your profile. Is that
Yes,
cool?
That's very smart.
Sick. Okay.
What about the super close-up selfie?
Super close-up selfie. We're gonna nuke the whole thing, but like we need things to replace it with. So I don't know. Okay, can I hit your Instagram really quick?
Yes.
Sick.
Just don't respond to any of the dudes.
Yeah, the thirsty dudes coming for you.
Yeah.
Why do you think I dudes? Do you think I give like a
Just thought that's what you were gonna tell me to do.
Got it.
Like I looked at your Tinder. It's hopeless. Your only shot now is
Go
to be a
after it.
bottom.
I mean,
at a club.
you might be a great bottom. You know, never say never. Dude. I don't know. How about something like this? That was great. Yeah,
Yeah, I look harmless.
you do look harmless.
Do you just screenshot it? 'Cause
I mean,
it's
yeah, why not?
hard to download a photo off Instagram.
For now, let's do it.
I just won't show my body off anymore. Look, I'm in Korea.
That's sick. But there's nothing like Korea about that. You know, make sense?
How about me and my boys at the PC bang?
No. Would you somebody who wants to sit in a PC chair and, and play video games with you?
Oh, look.
That I like. Do that one.
Okay,
Screen cap that one. We'll throw it in there.
there's my drone.
I like that. That is way better. You can not see your like tummy flab or whatever.
It's a sign of wealth.
What, tummy flab? That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Is it cool if I'm an asshole to you? Aren't you kind of a professional on stage to other people?
Yeah, but I can't take it. I can
Oh,
only
I'm
dish
sorry.
it. This is, look at this.
I don't know what this is. Who's Jeju?
It's an island in Korea.
Got it. Nobody cared. Okay, cool. Now you're correct. Should you, exclusively farm your clout to get laid? Probably not. That said, are you trying to create something that is going to be successful? If so, like I think this is going to get you a lot more attention than the other thing. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, sick.
I don't think they'll mind either. I think Joe Rogan would be like, hell yeah.
I also want to clarify that you'd probably have to. So I don't use Tinder because Tinder was developed a decade ago, and I do use Hinge though. And so the other answer here is make a Hinge profile if you want to.
Yes. I'm going to do this profile on Hinge because it's the same thing, right? It's just a different skin.
Yeah, that's true.
And Bumble? What do you think about Bumble?
I think Bumble's good. My other piece of advice is that so part of the reason why Tinder I think is less good is because like their prompt stuff is not like there's no like prompts built into this.
Yeah.
And I really like the prompts, or actually I think there are prompts. No, they're not. And with your prompts, everybody writes 3 prompts and then they never do it again. If you actually are trying to make a really good profile pic for dating, write 20 prompts, just like comedy, right? Like how many jokes do you write that just suck? Like
0.
you only write good jokes?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, typically my experience when writing jokes, because I've written a lot of jokes, is you write 20 jokes and then you take the top 3 or the top 5 and that's your set, right?
Right.
Same thing for dating profile, in my opinion.
So it tells you which one people responded to most.
So it doesn't, but that's why you use your brain and your
You gotta
thoughts.
edit it yourself.
Yeah, I would actually write. I'm a loser and I like online dating, so I like write them down in my notes app and I do like 20 different things, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, out of these 20, which ones are the funniest ones? Which ones like are actually the most descriptive of who I am, and do that. Cool. This profile to me, is this my best work? Probably not. We're gonna wrap it up. Is this my best work? Probably not. There's your first, second. Hey, he's famous. Cool. He looks good. Oh, he goes outside occasionally, and I don't see a big flat, flabby tummy. And then, oh, sick. Here's a cool poster that he's on. Cool. I also think that your description needs a lot of work because it doesn't give any information about you at all whatsoever. So I would write some cool, clever things about you. Give you that. You start swiping. The other thing is I would definitely get premium, which people can roast me in the comments for, but like premium will put your profile at the top
For
of
Hinge?
I would do Hinge personally,
Yeah.
but yeah. And, Hinge premium, will like put you on the top of everybody's stack. So that means you can increase your number of impressions.
So if you're paying money to get more
Yeah.
who is the prostitute?
I think I am in a way.
Okay. Because you're paying money for but there's no
Did you punch somebody?
prostitution. Yeah, a little bit. Not somebody, just the
Something.
wall. Yeah.
Why? Because the girl. Dude,
That was a part of it.
it was great meeting you. I bet you're really funny. I'm going to go watch your stuff.
Okay, well, you don't have to. Thanks, man.
All right, let's close it out. Let's get your Hammer financial score. So we have a score here. This is how we rank your overall finances. 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. Where do you think you are? 0 to 10.
5 is average. Like in terms of like how much money I have or how
Your
I'm using
overall
it.
financial picture. Overall. all combined.
Overall, I would say I'm a 7, which is better than a 3 physically. So I'm out batting my looks.
It's a mess. Why'd you make such a mess? If you want your Hammer financial score, description below. It's free. I break it down by categories, and then we do an overall score. The only one that has to do with age is retirement. Your retirement's going to suck, but that's okay. Spending in a budget, I mean, it's fantastic. It's great. The only reason why it's not going to be a 10 out of 10 is because you're not contributing things to retirement. It's literally just sitting in savings. So that spending isn't like perfect, but it's going to be 8 out of 10, which is great. One of the best we've had on the show. Debt. You don't have any debt.
Yeah, my parents paid for my college.
Yeah, that's 10 out of 10. Emergency fund. Are your parents rich?
Yeah, my dad is.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you don't like care about like?
I guess so, because I always know I have a golden parachute at the end of the day. But yeah, I try to care. I try to have fear.
You have a fully funded emergency fund, so that's 10 out of 10. Retirement. You don't have anything in retirement. Let's count that CD as retirement as getting started. So I'll give you a 3 for your age, but you need to start shifting things over there. That's obviously your big failure. 0 out of 10 for real estate because you don't own any real estate.
Yeah.
Well, you have some, you said
My dad has something.
He has it, or is it under your name?
It's under my name. I think he has to die for me to get anything out of it.
Well, then you don't have to have any more gay conversations. So that's pretty good.
Which I don't want him to die, but I think I might be rich if he dies. But I don't.
That's the retirement. That's the retirement plan.
Kill my dad.
It's all coming together. All right, I'll give you 5 out of 10 for the real estate since you own some in your own name.
Yeah, I have to sign things.
I'm gonna say 4 out of 10 because I don't think you know, but that's okay.
I'm glad investments isn't on there.
Dude, you nailed it. Hammer Financial, 7 out of 10.
Thank you, man.
Make sure to check out all of the resources linked in the description below. They are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting program in the history of the internet. Thanks to all of our Patreon producers for making this episode possible. If you want to participate in an episode of Financial Audit and you're able to make it to Austin, Texas, please fill out an application in the survey linked in the description below. You can also send a link to your friends or family who you think might be good to be on the show. If you have any questions, you can email casting@calebhammer.com.